So in this video we're going to cover one of the newest tools on the toolbar within HapYak, and that's this little number down here called add-on time. Now this is used if you want to automatically take control of the video itself without the user having to initiate an interaction. So it's used a lot in menus, or if you want to jump the user to a certain time within the video, this tool lets you do that. So it's particularly useful if, like me in this instance, you've got a menu system that you've created and you want the user to be able to select certain options on the screen. If the user doesn't select one of the three options on the screen, you want to be able to loop them back to encourage them to actually select one of the three options before you progress the video along. So you see here I've got three characters on screen all begging for attention, and then once they finish they all come to a standstill, and then the video carries on to potentially what would be one of the select screens that you've created. As it is, I want the user to be able to actually pick one of these three options before progressing the video. So to do that, we're going to do a kind of looping scenario using this add-on time functionality. So you'll notice at the very start of the video, and it's a good tip for anyone that's creating menus within HapYak, is I've got three characters here, they all start doing a bit of animation, is to make sure that the start of your animation and the end of your animation are very much the same, so that when you loop back it appears almost seamless. Now obviously that's going to be a little bit harder to do if you're using live footage rather than animation. However, you can do some clever techniques to actually loop that footage as well, but I'll cover that in a separate video. Okay, so I've got about 15 seconds here where the video plays, and then at the end of it I want it to automatically loop back to this section here on the timeline. So if I click add on time here, I've already created two chapter points within my video. So if I select jump to video time, it should show those two chapter points, and menu start is where I want to go to. So if I hit submit, it should then, when playing the video, it should automatically jump me back to this timeline. So let's view that on the landing page to make sure that that works correctly. So my video plays, all the characters pop in, skip it along a little bit. And then sure enough it jumps back to the beginning again. And what you can do is when you disable this this timeline here as well, it'll seem quite seamless. So this won't show us 20 seconds playing and then looping back, it'll just appear seamless like they're always on the move. And that's pretty much it for jumping back to a certain video within the time. What I will show you as well is a simple little bit of JavaScript. Like I said, I'm not quite well versed in JavaScript and HTML just yet. I'll cover a separate video where you can delve into some real clever JavaScript functionality with our resident expert Zandre, just to give you an idea of how the JavaScript kind of functionality would work. In fact, let's do it in a separate one. If I had the JavaScript player dot pause and then add the brackets in, and then hit submit, what should happen is when this video plays along here, it automatically pauses there, which it does. So that's useful to know. Like I said, if you're into JavaScript, you can probably start thinking of all sorts of creative scenarios, take advantage of that, and we'll be sure to include some videos further down the road to show you just some of the kind of functionality you can do there. I won't cover these options here, but just so you're aware, the add-on type is used for lots of different kinds of functionality, one of which is if you had, say you was doing a presentation that involves slides for instance, and you wanted users to be able to rewatch that presentation and actually engage with those slides. What you can do is you can take advantage of slide sync and actually sync your video to certain slides that might appear separately on your web page. So if your video is plodding along and at 20 seconds you automatically want the slide to move on to the second slide, for instance, you can include some little piece of functionality so you can actually start controlling elements around your web page and taking advantage of that functionality. You can also use the add-on type functionality if you want to take advantage of HapYak's integration with a third-party provider called Brightcove. Now Brightcove allow you to actually create playlists with your videos, and then say at the end of a particular section in a video you could jump to a completely separate video, but it appears almost seamless. I'm hoping that that kind of functionality appears within HapYak one day, because as users start to build more in-depth user experiences, it kind of makes sense to split that experience over several different videos. So hopefully HapYak actually embed playlist functionality in the future. We're not there yet, but if you wanted to, you could have a look into Brightcove and integrate their functionality with HapYak and start creating playlists. We may cover that in a future tutorial, but hopefully this one's been useful and it's give you some options to create interactive video content that doesn't necessarily rely on user interaction. Let me know any comments, questions or thoughts, and I'll be sure to see you guys in the next video.